Welcome back, Snowrunner, to Snowrunner. As you may have just witnessed, we had a bit of a mistake. I managed to tip the number 1 Super Emo truck. I did manage to write it. It took a long time, and I was really contemplating resetting it, which would have cost 8,000. I did a lot of Googling. A lot of people said you couldn't rewrite the really heavy trucks with the crane. Now, the crane was all the way across in Lake Island. It was over here, so I had to drive it all the way back through all the swamps, up past the quarry, and all the way in and around to bring it here. This was after bringing down the GMC to try, and the GMC couldn't do it, as you've just seen. So I wasn't really expecting much, but the crane got there and it got it done. So I was chuffed for that. Saved me 8,000. It all together, you know, it was an hour or two maybe of gameplay. So I've picked up the beams and I've got the drill parts. Everything kind of does need fuel, but we do have the scout trailer just down the road ready to scout. So we can join in for the fun bit of delivering 2 metal beams, and then we can change truck and we can deliver the drill parts. Promoted 11,000. Nice, nice. 11,000. Sweet is that, sweet. So moving on to the next job. I didn't really think too far ahead on this next job. That was the big one. Was the big. See, so where's cement? Where do we get cement from? I still don't know where we get cement from. Oh, it's not in the centre, is it? Is it in the quarry? Cement's in the quarry. No. No. So how many do we need in total? 2, 4, 6, 8. We need 8 cement in total. Now what I might do there, well that's not the big one, but it's A1. And then we're taking it out to Town Storage Black River. So once we get it out of here, that's not too bad, the first one. Delivered to the warehouse up there is just a long, windy road. The lumber mill in Lake Island, which is there, would need a bit of a heavy duty rig. And then what was the other one? Back to Smithville Dam. And then the log station at Drummond Island, which is there. So that'd mean driving it around there and there. Unless we come through. If we're carrying 4, I'm guessing cement's only 2. We could bring 2. We could do the. We could make a trip of it and do like the lumber mill and then come through to the logging station this way. And we could do. But then there's that one just up there. 2, 4, and 2 and 4. We'll think about that later on. But for the time being, we've got the super. We'll see where's oversized cargo. To the warehouse. Where do we get oversized? Where do we get oversized cargo? We don't get it from there. Where do we get? We've got to take it there. We've got. Where do we get it? Where do we get oversized cargo? Drummond Island. Is it from the port at Drummond Island? It usually tells you where you get it from. No, where do we get oversized cargo? Black River? I don't know where we get oversized cargo from. A businessman contains cargo. Oh, his cargo is stuck on a ship that went aground. Big containers in a narrow passage won't be much of a problem for you, would it? Although if I were you, I would use help. Was that a... That's where we've got to take them, but it doesn't say where from. I can't see where we're picking it up from. It says Drummond Islands. It says something about Drummond Islands. Oversized cargo. Where do we get oversized cargo from? Well, we'll forget that for the time being, because I don't know where it is. Is that not what we got out of the quarry? What's at the centre of the quarry? Cement. Cargo container, so that's not oversized. Right, I'll Google that later on. But we've got stuff we can do with super. So all of them are done with a super order. So we know, because we've been planning ahead, we've got the first bit and we've got the second bit all lined up and ready to go. So I need to bring the truck with the trailer. Now, am I going to need the trailer? I am probably going to need the trailer. So we can bring the trailer around, bring it back, fuel up on the way, bring it back, pick up the other trailer, and then we're going to have to take it up there. This is going to be very risky, but that's what we're going to do right now. So I need to get into this. Come in. Come on in. Right, so I'm back. Made my way. Decided to bring the Pacific to pull this. I think the weight on the back of the trailer when driving sometimes helps it get grip. So it's funny that it seemed to drive better with weight on it, this truck. I was getting a bit frustrated thinking, oh, you lose the weight and then you'll be easier to drive. But it was more like pulling a trailer, just holding it in the mud. I don't think we needed endurance much longer, so I used it to pull out. And I brought the trailer with me, the one you're looking at there, the red one, just in case we need it for other missions. But now we've got a bit of our task on our hands with this one, because this is a tricky one to deliver. Yes, I know the route, and there's one hill in it which is really kind of bad. So we can come up here all right, we come down here all right, but then we've got to make this turn up here, and it's this bit right here is a bit of a nightmare. We've got the crane not too far away, so I mean if the worst comes to the worst we could take the crane up there. Fuel is getting a bit low. I may have to do a fuel run at some point. The fuel carrier's on 20%, this is on 33%. By the time this gets up and over there, it may need the rest of this fuel. So fuel is an issue, so I may have to get the Scout to go and fill up. We can make it, we could get, that's got 35%, we might fill it up on there for free. We'll have to wait and see on that, but for the time being I'm gonna commentate on this one. See, but the truck feels like it's instantly got more grip because of the weight on it. It says. So I'm actually going to set the map to super order. And just double check plank, service parts, consumables and fuels. So plank, fuel, service parts and consumables are all on the trailer. But all the way there to figure out we need one more thing. Now you go from driving with an empty trailer, thinking nothing can really stop you, to fully loaded-ish, where bumps and rocks count again. Compared to the red truck, this one seems a lot more stable, as in front wheels coming off the ground and staying in control. It probably would have been a better option for the drilling parts, but we live and learn. And I don't know if it gets harder in the rain. You think because it's mud and it's raining, that more mud would make it worse. I'm going to Google it later on and see if the rain affects the conditions. Recon. Get a quick screenshot. First weary corner. I think if you take this straight on, it's not too bad. And again, it's knowing the map. I've done this probably my third playthrough on this map, and you know, like, the bad roads from the good. So moving on to a new map, I've done some of Alaska. Don't know bits, but it's learning, like, each individual divot. I'm kind of dreading learning all the new roads. Then we've got Tamar. I already pronounced it. It's even going to be worse. But I've seen people, there's a really good truck on the Russian map, which isn't too far from a garage. And I've seen people who will go and get that truck just because it's a really good truck. So they'll move 2 trucks across and go and rescue it, and then they'll have it then, and they can move it about. Now it will cost money to bring back to either this map or Alaska. I'll probably save it for this map. Man, we've got logging. We could use it for, but again it's 3,000, which isn't overly much, but there was a divot here that caught me out last time. I think we've gone through it. I'm going to stop before we turn up because the juice is a low one, but we're taking a right up there. As you can tell, it doesn't look like much of a road. Is it up there? It's either. It is. It is up there, yes, not up there. It's up there. But it's very accessible, but I'm going to nip to my scouts. Turn it around. Refuel the JMC. Scout trailer is almost empty, but that means we used it all. Now we're going up there. This isn't going to be much fun. Can't we make the first turn in? And there's points you've just got to hold on and hope for the best. Because there's no way you can predict if that's going to, with all the bumps in the road, going off what I previously know, that one of them isn't just going to flick you right over. Quiet stuff as I make it through that. The hardest bit is yet to go. It's down this hill. It is down this hill. I risk everything. I've done it once before on this gameplay, but yeah. The plan is I'm going to come over this way. Do you reckon I can go straight down in between them? Now I'm thinking down there. But I don't know if down there and then across or straight on. There's something telling me straight on. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go the way I have done before. I'm going to turn, attach that winch. If I let this winch go now, is this all going to take? I'm going to have to risk it. No. Woo. Look at this. He says I think we've done it as well. Now we're through. Woo! That's that. Blimey. All that over just a random bit of mud. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here because I need a break. And I will do the first part of this mission. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch my engine off. We have, next time, we are going to bring this truck. And we have to take it to the log station in Lake Island, which again, blimey, that's going to be another one. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.